All right. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, if I get started, we give our honor and glory and power to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Hakadash. We want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostle, great minister on GMS, who rule well and teach well, being great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings to hope the elect on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, that great song, that's your brother in the bar. Just come with a little quick lesson. All right, in the spirit of power of Yahweh, by Shema Shai. The spirit that's on me tonight just go up to the wickedness of E. How they did us, saying going back into, you know, slavery and how they hold themselves not guilty. Even to this day, they still hold themselves not guilty, but all the atrocity and the rape, robbery, and murder they have caused upon, all right, the Israelites, and it's going to, the true reparation, which is Yahawashi is going to bring. All right, because what vengeance belonging to who? Yahawashi, man. All right, so we had to just sit back and let the Lord, what I'm saying, let Yahawashi work. Because basically, he the one gonna bring in the true reparation. All right, but I'm gonna get into it. What I'm saying, I hope you brother and sister be edified. While I lay the law down, man. It's the second address, 15:8. It says, I started 7. It says, therefore, said the Lord. No matter of fact, I wanted to say something on 6. All right, this is second Ezra 15:6. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. And it's going to what Esau, man. All right, as you look into the world today, it's all jacked up, man. All right, that's why it's known as Babylon, ball confusion, because that's all it is, man. It's a ball of confusion. All right, because of who ruling. You see? So here it is. The Lord has sent the prophets out, all right, to what prophesy against Mount Seir, all right, and bring out all the secrets that's been hidden for so long, all right, to what? To prepare our people and warn them who is the true enemy, all right, because so long our people been looking towards one another, all right, as enemies. No, we got a natural born enemy, all right, and that's chiefly Esau Edom, the so-called white people. All right, but you want to go into the bankers, the governors, the leaders of this world, man. That's who our main focus is focused on. All right, as we can check this place down, all right, through the spirit. So Second Ezra 15:7 it said, therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more at touching his wickedness. So that's why the prophets on the highways and the hedges. We're bringing up dirt. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing up dirt on Esau, man. you know. So the Lord had enough. You know how when you cooking something in the kitchen, you in the other room, and then it start to burn, and you can smell it. That's how the Lord is. The Lord, it's like it reached its peak. The Lord got to come and cut it off. All right, and it says, "I will hold my tongue no more in touching their wickedness, that they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in what they wickedly exercise themselves." All right, because here it is, the way they treated us. All right, because what it was the power was in their hands. But guess what? He didn't think of the latter end. All right, as being the true reparation is us getting our lick back, so to speak. All right, Revelation 13:9. You see, that's the true reparation, as in they gonna go into captivity. They gonna serve us. All right, that true justice. You see, but here it is. The Lord said, "Would they wickedly exercise themselves? Behold, the innocent of righteous blood cried without, Salaki, cried unto me, and the soul of the just complained continually." And the soul of the just is speaking about the elect. All right, when you go into those men that sigh and cry for all the abomination. All right, them just men is speaking of the apostles and the elders. All right, and like-minded brothers. You see, So let's go into this little video real quick. And, I'm gonna get back to the precepts.
Reparations for the crime of slavery and its legacy have long been a subject of national debate.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently living are responsible is a good idea.
And I think they're using...
See that? He said not a good idea. See, they hold themselves not guilty, but actually they have cause upon, all right, you Negroes, Latino, Native American, Hispanics. All right, look what she got to say.
What academics would call the theory of distance, that something is too far in the past to have contemporary application.
So it's easy to see why Congress has yet to pass H.R. 40, a bill that was proposed all the way back in 1989.
Right, you see that? So let's go on to Ecclesiastes. All right. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. Let's see what the scriptures say. All right. It said, that which has been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High require that which is past. You see that? So here's this, the unjust or the wicked. All right, because look what the devil said.
Is a good idea.
And I think they're using what academics would call the
crime of slavery and its legacy have long been a subject of national debate.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently living are responsible is a good idea.
And I think they're using what academics would call the theory of distance, that something is too far in the past to have contemporary application.
So it's easy to see why Congress has yet to pass H.R. 40, a bill that was proposed all the way back in 1989. It would set up a commission to study and consider a national apology and proposal for reparations for the institution of slavery and its subsequent racial and economic discrimination against African Americans. And while you cannot place a monetary value on slavery and its lasting effects, there's a precedent of reparations programs compensating victimized communities directly.
Right, see that? The Holocaust and the Rosewood, they was Edomites. You see, they were Edomites, man. All right, let's go on to, that's why the Lord said this. We go into 1 Thessalonians. All right, 1 Thessalonians 1 and 6. That's why the Lord said this, man. It says, hold on, so like, yeah, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. It said, sin is a righteous thing with the Most High, to recompense tribulation to them that what that trouble you, and to you who are troubled, which are who, you Israelites, all right, rest with us, when the Lord Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angel, and the flaming fire taking vengeance on them that knew not the Most High. You see that? So that's Yahawashi is bringing the what? He gonna bring the reparation, man, the true reparation. All right, because under his rule, the heathen is gonna be what? In subjection. All right, and guess what? We join heirs with Yahawashi. All right, so that means what? They're gonna be in our possession. You see? So it says, and to you whom are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahawashi shall reveal from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance, meaning what? Payback on them that knew not the Most High, and they obeyed not the gospel of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi Mashiach, whom punishment be slacked, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. And that's the what? That's the judgment for Esau Edom. All right? That's the judgment. So here it is. They hold themselves not guilty when it come down to how they treated the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Hispanic, and then for reparation, he like it don't even make sense when something happened years ago. But here it is, you got these reparations went out to what? Roosevelt, and due to the Holocaust. Look at this.
Lasting effects. There's a precedent of reparations programs compensating victimized communities directly.
See that?
Back in the US, The Civil Liberties Act of 1988 designated $20,000 payments to Japanese Americans who survived internment camps during World War.
Right. So what a reparation there for Jake, for what Jake went through? It's not. All right. Why? Because of curses. You see that? When you go into Deuteronomy 28 and 6-8, it said what? Shall no man shall buy you, or you go to the word buy, it mean redeem. All right? Because when you go into see this Deuteronomy 28 and I started at 41. It said, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruits of the land shall the locusts consume. The strangers that within thee shall what? Shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come what? Down very low. All right? There's a state that we have fell in. You see? And it says, and he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. All right. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto what? The voice of the Lord Yahweh, thy power to what? To keep his commandments and to do his statutes, which he commanded what? This day. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And that's what you still have until this day, man. All right? They still have this going on to this day. You see that? Ain't nothing changed. Because why? Ain't nothing new under the sun. Well, let's keep the jump rolling a little bit more.
War II.
The U.S. government has also made payments in instances where it was not the culpable party. Payments made to families that lost loved ones during the course of the 9/11 attacks, as well as payments that are being made to individuals who were held hostage in Iran at the end of the Carter presidency.
Yeah, you see that? Everybody getting reparations, but who? You so-called Black, Latino, and American Spanish. Everybody else getting reparations. Everybody else getting funded, but you niggas. Remember, it said it's gonna be for a sign and a wonder and on the seed. That's how you know who Israel are, man. All right, but guess what? Yahawashi is bringing it back to reparation. All right, as we gonna put them suckers in captivity.
To $4.4 million per hostage or their estates. In the case of slavery, the U.S. government did promise reparations. It's just reneged on it.
You see that? It just, he reneged on it. All right? He reneged on it. You know? Which is who? The so-called white man known as a what? He known as a liar, man. All right? Devil, deceiver, false accuser. All right? He just reneged on it. Yeah, he promised, but what? He reneged on it. That's whole value right there, man. All right? That's whole value. Let's go to let me see this. Yeah, so let's go on to Isaiah 47:10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me." All right, and it said, "Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." All right, because here it is. He see the position that the so-called Negroes are in, but guess what? What he have done and got away with so long, he like, shit, who seeth me? We could keep on, destroying these, 3/5 of a man, so to speak. So that's why he kept on making certain treaties, all right, to make it look good to the public, but behind closed doors, it will never be established. You know?
In the case of slavery, the U.S. government did promise reparations. It's just reneged on it. In fact, when the U.S. finally issued an apology for slavery, it included the disclaimer, Nothing in this resolution authorizes or supports any claim against the United States or serves as a settlement of any claim against the United States. Nor did the US ever provide true reparations, a process consisting of three things: acknowledgement, redress, and closure for grievous injustices.
Right. You see that?
It's vital.
Salakia. Let me go back on that part.
Acknowledgement, redress, and closure for grievous injustices.
Right. You see that? Acknowledgement, redress, or closure for injustice. All that gonna come when Yahawashi come. All right. All that's gonna come when Yahawashi come. Yeah. Kaya, it said Nahum 1:3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and He will not all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh have His way in the whirlwind and in the storm and in the cloud and in the dust of His feet. That's right. So that let you know what I'm saying, the Lord is in control. All right now. The Lord is in control. All right. And here it is, said 3. All right, reparation program. It said acknowledgement, redress, or closure for injustice. All right, that's not promised to us, man. You see that? All right, because Yahawashi is going to bring the acknowledgement. All right, Yahawashi is going to bring the redress. Yahawashi is going to be the closure for injustice. You see that? That's why I said Yahawashi is going to bring reparation, man. We can't do nothing but continue to go through what the Lord have written, and wait upon Yahawashi to redeem us, to save us, to deliver us. All right?
It's vital that the federal government issue an apology, because that will create the justification for the redress plan that follows.
That brings us to who would actually receive reparations. Those direct payments would go to the roughly...
Now, check this out, now. This is the devil. Now, look how he set it up. Now, he said that he going to give you reparation, but look at all the shit you had to go through just to get the reparation. Now, this the devil, man. That's why I want to go into Micah 2:10 real quick. This Micah 2:1. It said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because in the power of their hand. And when you see how they broke this down for you to receive reparation, this how you know it's the fucking devil, man. All right, woe to them, man. All right, check this out though.
47 million Americans who identify as Black. But under Darity's plan, the requirements are a little more strict. First, Black Americans would have to have identified as Black, Negro, African American, or Afro.
Right, how can we identify as Black, which is a color? Negro is a proverb, and African American, which is two totally different so-called white people. All right, how can we identify ourselves as those? All right, when we are Hebrew Israelites, but it's just something that you had to be doing. You had to write on paper. But check this out though.
American for at least 12 years before any reparations plan.
You see that where it said for 12 years before, so you still gotta wait. Even though you it's just the fucking devil, man. Here it is. You fit the requirements, but you still gotta wait 12 years. Come on, man.
Goes into effect. And they'd have to prove that they had at least one ancestor who was enslaved in the United States. One way to do that is using the census. If your ancestor was present in the 1870 census and was old enough to have been alive in 1850 or 1860...
And we can't necessarily go off, what I'm saying, that type of way, try to search about ancestors. The scripture speaks about that. That's why it's based on faith. That's why we have to try the spirit by the spirit. Because dealing with Esau, we been mingled. This the fucking devil, man. He know what he doing, man. But this is another step that you got to take to try to get so-called reparation. That boy a trick. That boy, he a whole game, man.
But you can't find that person in the 1850 or 1860 census.
That would suggest that they were probably enslaved.
That's because before slavery was abolished with the 13th Amendment, enslaved people were not counted in the census.
they're actually missing people from the 1850 and 1860 census, and their absence there is a potential indicator that they were probably enslaved.
But while Darity's plan has received traction, it still faces opposition.
The impression down here is that Caribbean people who live in the United States, Black people, would not be entitled to any reparation paid by the US government. But we are saying that's not right. We are saying that's divisive of the Black population in the United States. We are saying that Caribbean immigrants have been harmed by that system through racial profiling, discrimination.
See, the Black population in the US is pretty diverse. Most Black people are foundational Black Americans, meaning they're American descendants of enslaved people. Others are immigrants or the children of immigrants who came to the United States from mostly African and Caribbean countries. Those individuals may have ancestors who were enslaved, but wouldn't be considered eligible recipients for reparations in the United States.
Descendants of the enslaved have a
devil,
claim
man.
that's linked.
This is devil, man. All right. That's why when you go on a limitation, let me grab it real quick. This limitations. All right. 4:21. All right. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter Edom, that dwellers in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. And the cup is talking about slavery, man. All right. So who gives a fuck about reparation? All right. Yahawashi gonna bring the true reparation, man. And we're gonna put them devils on our feet, as it is written. All right. That's why the Lord said in Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children and the iniquity of their forefathers. All right. For they do not rise nor possess the land. Because look what these devils are doing, man. This nigga gonna say, had the nerve to say, it don't even make no sense. Let's go back to this devil. This bullshit ass nigga right here. This no, he a fucking Edomite. But it says, the cup also shall pass unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. All right. And it said, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. You see that? But who held forth the affliction? All right, the so-called white man. All right. Why? Because we still in his hands today. But that is Exodus 16:21. If a man be found in his hand, surely he shall be put to death, and we're gonna be found in Esau's hand when the Lord comes. You see? So here it is. Our iniquity is accomplished. And it says, and he will no more carry thee away into captivity. All right, that's our last captivity we are in, man. Babylon the Great. And he will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. And that's what's happening. All right, starting with the prophets on the highways and the hedges. All right, we are what? Revealing the secrets. Matter of fact, look right at before I end the video. This is Psalms 94:16. And it says, and who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that's the prophets, you know. That's the prophets, man, the men of the Lord. You see, that's who's standing up against the evildoers, which are these so-called white people, the rulers, the Illuminati today, man. All right. So, Lord willing, y'all brothers and sisters edified. The next time, Shalom, Baba Raka'akim, DTA, baby.